Hey, this is Lynette Bledsoe from LynetteBledsoe.net, and I'm coming to you guys live from my home office here in San Antonio, Texas. So if you are hopping on live with me, hello, and feel free to give yourself a shout out so I can give you a shout out while you're here on live, where you're watching from. So hello. So what I'm going to share with you today is kind of cool because if my kids watch this in the future, depending on where your life is, you probably feel the same way. If there were a few things that you can tell your younger self, you definitely would. So this is kind of a thinking one for yourself. And if you have any advice that you would prefer, if you wish you can tell yourself when you were younger, definitely share with me below. If you can hear me okay, definitely let me know too. And maybe one advice, turn a ringer off. So one of the first things I would do is for me, I would tell my younger self is everything happens for a reason. I know when I was young, so many people, the thing that was shared with me was, the main thing that probably all of our parents share with your kids is, go to school, go to college and get a good job and, live your life, get married, have children. But for me, that didn't happen like that. I'm 40 years old now, but I can not embarrassingly say when I was 18 years old, when I was 17 and I was actually a senior in high school, I got pregnant. So, so that was not in, the game plan that my parents had for me. So when I say that, that was a surprise for me and that, because I had everything mapped out. I was one of those people. And if you're like me, you probably had the same thing. You were mapped out. My life was mapped out from when I was small. So 17 pregnant, that probably, wasn't the best at the time. That wasn't the best direction, but everything happened for a reason. And it definitely was a blessing to, grow and learn and grow. Hey, Regina, thanks for hopping on live. And just to grow and just to know that it was okay to have a child because there was so much support at 18, but it wasn't in the game plan. So again, everything happens for a reason. So that was a blessing for me. So number 2, I would tell my younger self. And again, if you have something that you would tell your younger self, definitely share with me. I would love to hear what you would tell yourself. Hey, Carol. Another thing that I would tell my younger self, and again, my children, is to focus on one thing at a time. I told you guys I had a child at 18, but when I had the child at 18, I was like all over the place, just trying to make sure my life was super perfect. So I was working a full-time job. I was going to college full-time, and guess how much time I had for my first child? I didn't really have a lot of time. So I was trying to do so much to get everything done at the same time, that college degree and everything, that I really didn't have a lot of time to spend with him. So that's one thing I would tell my children at this point is definitely make sure that they focus at one thing at a time. You don't have, your life is so long. I mean, if you think about it and you look at all these senior citizens, they're growing, they're living longer. Can you agree? So everyone's living longer. So most of us, in most cases, we have so many years ahead of us that I would not want to waste any time with my children when they're young. I definitely want to focus on, spending as much time as I can. Me and my husband, we always say we have 18 summers with our kids before they head off. I have that, that the oldest child that I have, he's 22 years old. Not like I can take him to Disney World at this point. He's living his life. He's doing his traveling and stuff like that. So we always say we have 18 years. We're going to spend as much time as we can with our kids, do as much as we can with our kids before they're off. And then we have no kids. So there's no more Disney World in our home. And Carol, I know you would die if you stopped going to Disney World, but that's okay. We will figure something out for you. Number 3, I would definitely plan ahead the time of the things that I can change. So there's so many things. So Regina, you definitely agree, right? I would plan things ahead. So yes, I'm a little bit of we call myself a T. I am plan specific, but be willing to change things. So like I said, I was 18 years old. It was very hard for me to understand how my life would change with a baby, because that was definitely not in the plan, but you figure out an alternative. Let me just, if you have a business, let me just share this. I was 23. I think 22 or 23 at the time when I got into my first home business. And that was not in the plan either, because when my husband approached me for it, and you guys will probably laugh at this, when my husband approached me for it, his trick to get me to see that home business, I worked a 9 to 5 at a shoe store right across the street from Empire State Building in New York City. So the trick was, the way that he got me there was, he picked me up from work. I was super tired from standing all day, and he said, I'm going to bring you to my office. If you don't mind, I have to pick something up. So you're working 8 hours a day, 8 hours for the day. So you're thinking, okay, cool, we'll pick something up and then we'll leave. So the trick was, I went upstairs to the office. It was actually an opportunity meeting. So, that's not something that was planned for the day. So I was not super excited to be there. I was not open to be there at all. So let's just say that's not the way that you want to show someone your business. But going in that direction, I had never heard of a network marketing company. I had never heard of home business at all. I wasn't exposed to it at 22, 23 years old. So that kind of was a switch in the mindset for me. So I was not open at the time. I was one of those spouses that was not open to hearing anything as far as a home business was concerned. So I would tell my younger self or my children, just be open to see what opportunities, because there's so many different ways in the direction. I believe in, get a good education, go to job, get a college degree, get a job, if that's the direction that my children want to go into. But like my 13-year-old, he's not in that direction. He wants to be a game developer. So his focus may not be having the need to go to college. So we definitely want to be open to whatever direction that they want to go into. Another thing I would tell, and again, if you're hopping on live, hey, if you have something you would tell your younger self, definitely share with me. I would definitely love to see those. And if you're watching the replay, let me know so I can come back and, shout you out. Trust your instincts is another thing that I would tell my younger self. Definitely make sure you trust your instincts. Sometimes in your gut, no matter what it is, in your gut whether it's right or wrong. Sometimes in your gut whether your children are making a mistake. Sometimes in your gut whether you should step away maybe from the company that you're with. Maybe they're not going in the direction that you want them to, that you agree with. Maybe it totally doesn't go with your heart. It doesn't follow your heart. Sometimes you do have to trust your instincts. I would definitely say that. And it's okay to be not sure of your purpose. Most women don't share their age. I'm 40 years old, so I'm not like a killer old person. But at this point, I would say it's okay not to know where you're going in life. And it doesn't matter how old you are before you realize what your purpose is in life. Maybe your purpose in life is to have your children have something that you didn't have. Like my oldest son, yes, everything, didn't go as planned with him, but I can definitely say I'm blessed to know that he's living the life that I wish I could have at his age. The boy has been to Paris, Greece, Spain. I haven't even gone to those places yet, but super blessed that, the next generation can do something that maybe you didn't have. So that's one purpose in life for me, is to make sure that they're enjoying their life, to fulfill dreams that maybe I had, but fulfill it through them. And I don't put that pressure on them at all. Don't try too hard to please people. I know that's something I used to do when I was young. I was pleasing everybody and their mother, and I wasted so many years trying to please everyone that I wasn't happy, until sometimes you have to put that foot down and say, you know what? I'm not doing that. Whether everyone likes it or not, it doesn't matter. Just know in your heart, that's trusting your instincts. Know in your heart that you are trusting your instinct, your gut, to do what's right for you and not to do what's right for someone else. And I kind of posted the other day, say, hey, some people, if you're in a home business, some people say no to you. Some people, may not tell you right away, and you're kind of begging, trying to please you. Hey, it's really easy. Hey, we do this and you don't have to do this and you don't have to do that. Guess what? If you're trying to get them into your home business, they do have to work. So don't let them think that your business is super easy, because it's not. They can sign up and do nothing. So don't waste anybody's time by going in that direction. Let them know, hey, you can come here and I can definitely rock out with you and help you, but you will have to put in some work. So last but not least, Take a leap of faith in yourself. A lot of people, and it took me years to figure this one out. A lot of people are scared to be themselves and trust in themselves. Maybe you're scared to do a video. Maybe you're scared to write a blog. Maybe you're scared just to share what you know. Everyone has something that you know. So trust in yourself. And again, before I hop off the line, the video, all I can say is trust in yourself, trust your instincts. Everything happens for a reason. And if there's something that you would definitely tell yourself, your younger self, please share with me. I would definitely love to come back to you here. But again, trust in yourself. You do have something to offer the world, no matter what it is, whether maybe you have a recipe that you're a really good cook. Maybe you're a really good artist. There is so much things that you can share with the world. I mean, there's so many people on YouTube and on Facebook who share stuff that you'd be like, I can't believe they make money off of that. There's things that you have a uniqueness, creativity to yourself. Share it with the world because you never know whose life you can touch. So with that being said, hope that helped you. I know it did. There's definitely something that I'm going to share with my children, but definitely hope that brought value to you. So again, if you're in a home business, you can definitely go to LynetteBledsoe.net. Definitely a ton of more tips on there. But think about it. What would you tell your younger self if you could have the opportunity to talk to him or her? So hope you guys have a great rocking week. Have a great day.